Now a party election broadcast.
Lib Dems claim dozens of people rang them, some in tears. Richard Huggett calls himself a literal Democrat.
They believe Richard Huggett cost them Devon and Plymouth.
Hello, my name's Deke Jackson, and I'm a landless peasant.
An election is one of the only times you can look at former and current Prime Ministers standing shoulder to shoulder with a bloke dressed up as Elmo.
Paul Anthony, commonly known as Mr. Fishfinger, Independent 309.
The US might have D's nuts and vermin supreme, but who could forget the character Lord Buckethead from the film Hyperspace?
May I help you?
Standing against Margaret Thatcher in 1987.
Lord Buckethead, Graham Lloyd's, 131.
What a seminal moment in British politics that was. This turned out to be a publicity stunt for a cult VHS distributor, Vipco. However, Lord Buckethead's popularity has been rather usurped by another cylindrical political candidate.
My name is Count Binface, intergalactic space warrior, CFAX fan, and I'm running for London Mayor. Here I am to take out the trash.
You've lost 3 elections.
You, mate.
Count Binface has become an icon when it comes to general elections. But who is he and what does he want? So firstly, let's demystify exactly who he is. Let's do a callback to 30 seconds ago when I told you about Lord Buckethead. In 2017, Lord Buckethead reappeared, facing the then Prime Minister Theresa May, but it was a new person under the bucket.
Down, oh blow, you bully boy, blow. Soon may a better man come.
The man behind the mask this time was the comedian Jonathan Harvey. He's written for political shows like Have I Got News For You and the internet spin-off of The Thick of It.
You know that 90% of household dust's made of dead human skin? That's what you are.
He received 249 votes, which, yeah, is a bit pathetic, but he got a lot of online attention.
One particular character he seems to have stolen all the attention, all the headlines.
Lord Buckethead is this guy, an intergalactic space lord.
However, this finally drew the attention of the creators of Hyperspace, who asked John Harvey to stop using their character. And I bet you didn't see this coming. Rather than hanging up the proverbial bucket, I guess he decided to paint it silver.
Did you say something?
And thus Count Binface was born.
My pocket's gone when I return to challenge for this crown.
2019, 19, 2019, 19.
Also, side note, you're not tripping, Lord Buckethead did return. The Hyperspace filmmakers allowed his IP to be used by a man called David Hughes, and yes, they stood against each other, and yes, it was the greatest political rivalry of all time. But let's get back on track. As well as standing in the 2019 general election, Count Binface has also stood for London Mayor twice. The latest London mayoral election found him coming in third to last place with a whopping 1% of the vote. That's 24,000 people voting for him, beating off both Britain First and Brian Rose, the YouTube business guru.
Be more Elon. Be more Elon.
Oh, I've fallen into the YouTube algorithm to right-wing pipeline. Bear with me one second, I just need to find the exit. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Count Binface has over 170,000 followers on X. If you look at his manifesto, his politics are honestly pretty left-wing, largely based around things like funding the welfare state and tackling political corruption. I think what I'm trying to say here is that Count Binface is a man of the people. If he had somehow convinced the electorate to make him the next London mayor, I honestly don't think things would be too bad. I want a free electric car. And you know what? As a Londoner, I do miss Trocadero. Did you guys know they did an immersive experience based on the movie Alien? I would pay so much money to have been there.
Scott, it's incredibly real, isn't it?
Yes, this is total reality.
It's also quite a nice way to meet two gorgeous Marines. Come on, boys, move it!
I got grabbed by an alien. So if Count Binface is a protest candidate on the left, then who are the protest candidates on the right? And no, I'm not going to be talking about Brian Rose.
I think it's fun. I think you're incredibly patriotic people that care about this country.
Yes.
The most successful novelty political party in the UK, and I'm using the word successful very lightly, is the monster Raving Loony Party. They were set up in 1982 by the musician Screaming Lord Sutch, and have become a huge feature of British general elections. They seem to really pride themselves on how patriotic they are. It's interesting that over the years they've become far more aligned with populist right-wing figures like Nigel Farage, and they have in the past sympathised very heavily with parties like UKIP. A lot of their manifesto feels quite dated in terms of its humour. They're definitely not a party that's changed much in the 40 years that they've existed. The catchphrase they use is, "Vote for insanity, you know it makes sense." Current manifesto policies include reducing inflation by giving everyone free pins, and with government-helped finance, AstraZeneca could buy out Pfizer, then as we would have the rights to Viagra, the economy may stay up longer. It's truly the party of the dad joke. As of May 2024, they have had 7 elected officials in the UK. These include Howling Lord Hope, the current leader. Also, he's giving major creepy uncle vibes.
If you could ask Santa for one thing this year, what would you want?
To be in bed with you.
Oh, Christ. Baron von Thunderclap, Monkey the Drummer, Norm the Storm, Sarah Madcow, Sir Giles Greenwood, and the iconic Artie Pole. Okay, they've only been elected as councillors, but some of them have been actual mayors. The leader and self-confessed autocrat, Alan Hope, aka
Howling Lord Hope,
is also friendly with the UK's favourite racist, anti-establishment uncle, Nigel Farage. Here he is on British TV endorsing him over a pint.
And you did say that UKIP was becoming so successful that you were thinking of defecting.
As far as I'm concerned, and many other people are concerned, you're probably the best Prime Minister we never had.
Yes.
This is Nigel Farage, folks. Being a loony. Look.
And yes, this is a real TV show. It might have 50 viewers, but it still exists. But listen, I don't want to defame the entire party based on the beliefs of their despotic leader, but they do seem to appeal most to disaffected Middle Englanders. So if everything just gets muddled up with the establishment anyway, then what is the point in having a protest candidate? Personally, I think Count Binface answered this best in an interview with Joe Politics.
My mission is to say that anyone can be involved in politics, and the number one way to do it is to vote.
Vote Count Binface? I don't know. Joke political candidates do have the power to shake things up, and actually sometimes, clowns can be quite scary.
Play a game with me, would you?
I'll come back and play!
Hi, it's me, British Ken, and I'm a novelty candidate asking for your vote. What the fuck am I doing? This isn't good. Ooh.